What's good, everybody? This is Coach Phil, and welcome to another episode of Deep in the Game. And this is it. Damn it, this is it. I've been waiting. He my boy. I didn't want to reach out and use relationships with people I have to have them on, but we made it happen. And let me introduce y'all. For those of y'all that don't know this man brought the guitar celebration to the CFL, standing at 6'7", 245, from Beaumont, Texas. There's only one, Willie J. Jefferson the third, Big Five, as I like to call him. He in here, baby. What's good, Willie?
I'm here, man. Deep in the game. Come on down to Winnipeg. It's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for wanting to hop on, man. We finally made it happen, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. Happy to be here. Happy for you to have me on. Happy New Year's. 2024. Ready to have a great year.
Yes, sir. That's what we here for, man. So I'm gonna give you your flowers early on, man. Before I do that, though, I gotta ask because I did the reaction video a couple years ago, and I wanted to make sure I said the middle name right. Is it Hebert? I just say Willie J, but is it Hebert or Hibbert?
My middle name is Hebert, Hebert. People in Canada know that the people in Canada speak French, so that name is common for them out here. So they say "Hey Bear," but it is pronounced Hebert.
See,
and it's my daddy's name and my grandfather's name as well. So I am the third. So that's where my name comes from.
Blessings to Papa J and grandfather Papa J. So these are Willie's credentials, because when you looked on LinkedIn, he overqualified for certain things, man. Willie out of Beaumont, Texas, man. Defensive end for y'all that don't know, man. 6'7", 245. I swear to God, when I met him, he was at least 7 foot, but that's just me because I'm an Ebony Kang. 3-time Grey Cup champion. He was the CFL's most outstanding defensive player in 2019, a 5-time CFL All-Star, a 6-time CFL West All-Star, and boy, you've been on a journey. You've been through it, brother. Take us through who Willie J is and start from the beginning, my guy.
Let's do it. Willie Hebert Jefferson III, January 31st, 1991, 90 baby, hey. Aquarius. Started off as a wide receiver, coming out of high school, going to Baylor University, changed that route to tight end, sophomore year, Baylor University. Left Baylor, went to Stephen F. Austin. The spring before leaving Baylor, I switched positions from tight end to defensive end. Went to Stephen F. Austin, was sack leader for the conference, Southland Conference, won Southland Conference Newcomer of the Year my junior year. First year, Stephen F. Austin. Led the team in points because I was still doing wide receiver stuff, 2-point conversions and things like that.
Right.
For the first 5 weeks of the season. After that, just started doing my thing on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, led the league in sacks, broke the sack record for most sacks in the game that year for my school. Senior year, had another great year. Had the opportunity to go to All-Star game, something like that. And then what we do after the All-Star, after the All-Star game, had a great pro day, did some workouts for some teams, went undrafted to the Houston Texans, made the 63-man roster, played 7 games my rookie season, got released from the Texans, sat out the rest of that season, Then after that season, that's when I went to the CFL, first year in the CFL, 2014, Edmonton Eskimos at the time. Now that's the Edmonton Elks right now. So my first year in the league, 2014, Coach Chris Jones got me from Houston, brought me to Canada. And like that's basically where my story began in the CFL. First year had Odell Willis, Marcus Howard, Mondo Sewell, Eddie Steele, JC Sherritt. Had all those guys playing defense with me, showing me the way. My first year, 2014, also had Mike Riley, Darius Bowman, Chris Calvin McCarthy as a fullback and stuff like that. So we had a great year. Fred Stamps, wide receiver. So had a great season. 2014, lost in the Western Final to the Stampeders, and then came back 2015, beat the Stampeders in the Western Final to go to the Grey Cup, and that was my first Grey Cup, the one that we won in Winnipeg, 2015. That was the first time also that I flew my wife to Canada. That was her first time seeing me play in Canada at the Grey Cup 2015.
Wow.
In Winnipeg, 2016 came. Also, after the Grey Cup in 2015, went back to the NFL, had the opportunity to go back to the NFL. At the time, I signed with the Washington Redskins, which is now the Washington Commanders. Signed with them, did the OTAs and the preseason with them, didn't make it. So after that was all over, waited for like 2-3 weeks to see if I was going to get another call from the NFL. That didn't go through. So at that time, I wasn't really trying to sit around and wait a whole season to see if I was going to get picked up. So I already made the decision to come back to the CFL. So this is when I started my journey with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's when Coach Jones and his whole staff switched over to Saskatchewan. So I finished the 2016 season in SAS. I think I played like 5 games to finish that season off. Come back 2017, 2018 in SAS, making a lot of noise. That's when I basically started, doing my thing for real in the CFL. That's when I first got my first All-Star, for the West and for the CFL and things like that. So 2017 was a great year. 2018 was a great year. And then after that, Coach Jones left to go to the NFL. So that put me as a free agent going into the 2019 CFL year. So I was a free agent. This is the first time I ever went into free agency. I didn't have an agent at the time. I was doing my own thing. So this is basically a new time for me. I'm doing everything on my own. I don't have a coach to just be like, okay, I'm going here because you here. So it was really just on me. And then I really just looked at myself and then looked at the league and looked at everything that was going on from what I had picked up those first 5 years being in the CFL, just knowing who was a good team, who needed something to just like make them, just that much better. And Winnipeg was the only team that I was really looking forward to, coming to because of Coach O'Shea.
Right.
And the guys that was over here. I knew a couple of the guys just like playing against them and like knowing how they played and things like that, just knowing how their work ethic was and things. So when I chose to make Winnipeg, my spot after free agency and things like that, everything just, took off from there. We came in 2019, had a good season. Everything was just coming along. And then, we picked up Zach at the end of the season that basically just put us over the top.
Right.
Got that Grey Cup, first Grey Cup. Back in Winnipeg since what was it, since the 90s
Right.
and things like that. So we really had a good time, you know, celebrating with the fans, with the city, you know, with the organization and things like that. And that basically kicked off the culture run for Winnipeg. You know, then we had COVID. Like that was a time, like not knowing if we was gonna play and not, you know, trying to figure out what how that was gonna go. And then coming back 21 and having all the guys that returned and stuff like that was ready to play, having a good year. You know, we really just like made that year our year. Like Zach had a great year. The offense had a great year. The defense had a great year, special teams. And then just to cap it off with a win over Hamilton again in Hamilton, the way we did it, like that was really like, you know, icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Top of the mountain. That makes me happy.
Mountain type of win, type of comeback for a team, and then, you know, to do it all over again in 22, have a great year, make it to the Grey Cup. You know, it be in Sash. You know, that stadium being as live as it is during the regular season, having all those fans and things like that from around, you know, the country, around Canada, come out there and be so supportive of both of those teams. Like, it was a great game, great atmosphere, and like you really couldn't ask for a better ending to a game, you know. Like, it came down to the last couple of plays, you know. So, you know, we ended up losing that one. That was tough.
Yeah.
First loss in the Grey Cup. Didn't really know how to feel, but, you know, had some guys on the other team that I was really proud of, like, you know, finishing their career, you know, and putting that stamp on their career, right, and things like that, winning the Grey Cup. And then to do it again in 23 with everything we had going on, you know, like just team-wise, just to make it to the Grey Cup the way we did, and, you know, play the game the way we played it, had a great game, you know, could have did better on some drives and things like that, just to get off the field defensive wise and, like, you know, put the ball in the end zone. If, you know, offensive wise, did some things on special teams, that game would have been totally different. It really just came down to a few plays on both sides of the ball. And, you know, like I said, like, played a great team. They did, like a lot of guys on their team, it was like well overdue for them, you know, to get one. And Montreal did their thing to, like, put themselves on top at the end of that game. And, you know, now we here, 2024, looking to do it again. Back to the Cup, you know, NBC. You know, the league is growing, is changing, still having fun, sacking quarterbacks, you know, running around, making plays, you know, helping these young guys become great pro athletes, become great, you know, great dudes, great guys outside of the field and stuff like that, man. I don't even know what year this is for me. I think it's like 10 now. I think this finally is gonna be my 10th year and stuff like that. So to still be playing the game the way I'm playing it after, you know, a decade in it, you know, I can honestly say I'm blessed, and I'm just ready to, you know, start a new season, see the young guys come in, try to help these guys get better, try to help our team get better, and, you know, put our best foot forward every week to go 1-0, you know, for our fans, for the CFL fans, for this league. Ready to have some fun, man.
Man, I could tell, man, it's been a journey for you, just how you talk about it, and you've been through it. You've been through it, man. I didn't know you transitioned from playing receiver, which I don't know how somebody 6'7", 245 play receiver, or tight end, yes, receiver, shocking. But, man, take us through, like, what was it like for you? You go from Baylor, you go to Stephen F. Austin, and then get into I think you said you didn't get drafted and all that, man.
No,
what was
I didn't
that
get drafted. I went undrafted, got the phone call, you know, made my decision, and then we just took off. Like,
go ahead.
I was just ready to play ball, man. Like I knew I had an opportunity to make a team. Like coming out of college, like the way my mindset was, I knew I was gonna make a team. Like, and especially not getting drafted, like, that's gonna put a chip on your shoulder. Like if it should,
Yeah.
if you were, a competitor like I was, like I knew I just had to have the opportunity to get in front of one of those coaches and show, my skill, my want to, and everything like that. When I had the opportunity to, like with the Texans, it came through.
Yeah, you braved it, man, and I respect the hell out of that. That you've always kind of betted on yourself in a way. You always knew it was in you. You just needed somebody to see what we see now, and
Yeah.
and the fact that you were able to endure a training camp with Jay Gruden is amazing. You better man than me.
Man, I'm saying like when you young and you want it, like and you want accomplish your dream, like that's exactly what like these young kids is when they play football. I want to be in the NFL, and then once you go through high school and oh, you got to make sacrifices, you got to be responsible, you got to wake up on time, go to these workouts, and it takes a lot of work to get your dream, and then you make it to college.
Right.
Like that's another stepping stone. You get to play football for a college, D1 or, whatever it may be, what I'm saying? Going to college and play football, like that gives you another opportunity to make it closer to your dream.
Right.
And then once you see how much more you got to put into, being a great athlete, a great student, and then putting yourself on top of this platform to where an NFL team will consider you from whatever school you are. Once you get to the league and you see these guys that you've been looking up to, like they still working hard, and what I'm saying, they still doing this and that. Like you can't take none of that for granted. Like when you get the opportunity, you're gonna do everything that you can possibly do to make that team, stay on that team, and set yourself up for greatness.
Right. That's what it's all about, man. You talked about when you got to Edmonton, and then you got to Sask, and you got to Winnipeg. You had Odell. Shout out to Odell. That's OG right there. That's a great person to learn from. What was it a different Willie Jefferson in Edmonton than to Sask and then to Winnipeg? Or have you always just been, hey, I know where I know me, I know what I can do? Or was there like a growth? What was the growth that you saw?
Most definitely not. I was not the same Willie Jefferson in Sask. From Edmonton to Sask, and then from Sask to Winnipeg, like I constantly felt like I had to grow as a player, and still growing as a player, still to this day. So like when I first came into the league 2014 in Edmonton, all I wanted to do was pass rush. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to get off the ball, beat with the inside move. I didn't really even like going to the outside. I really just wanted to like beat you inside, to get to the quarterback as fast as I could, to get in his face, start knocking down passes and stuff like that with my wingspan and my height. So that's all I wanted to do coming into the league, 2014 and 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get off the ball and get to the quarterback as fast as I could. I wanted to run a lot of games with, my defensive tackles and stuff like that. Like I had Eddie Steele, I had Mondo Sewell, I had, some other guys, and like those guys were great when it came to running games with me. Like, what I'm saying? Like I could call it, or they'll call it, and it'll work for me. So, what I'm saying? That's how it really was for me in Edmonton. But then when I got to Sask, I wanted to be more. I wanted to start, playing the run a little bit better. I wanted to start getting like tackles for loss. I wanted to start getting tackles. I wanted to get, up there, like at least like in the season, like have like at least 30, 40 tackles in the season and things like that, and not it be all sacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2016, when I came back from the league and played those last 5 games, that's what I was really working on, trying to be a more well-rounded player. I know on second down it's passing, like, what I'm saying? So I'm still doing that like I want to, but then like on first down, I'm really trying to like lock in and try to see if it's gonna be run or not. And then 2017, 2018, that was the 2 years in SAS where we really, as a defense, really turned it up a lot in the CFL. You know, we led the league in defensive touchdowns, led the league in turnovers, led the league in like forced fumbles and things like that. And that's all, you know, a shout out to the dudes that was on that team. You know, we were all making plays together, you know, but we was really just, you know, trying to do that. We was all trying to be good. And like we had a really good run stopping defense, you know, because like that's what we really worked on. You know, we really wanted to be a run stopping defense, but we also had pass rushers like me, AC, we had Charleston, you know, we had Eddie Steele on the inside. We had who else we had D tackle wise? We had Zach Evans, you know, Mac Henry. You know, we had a lot of guys like that really just wanted to be great alongside with the other guys that we had playing, you know. So me coming from Edmonton to SAS, I was a pass rusher strictly in Edmonton. When I came to SAS, I wanted to become more of like a run stopper and things like that. But still on top of that, trying to get to the quarterback. So trying to put that all together. And then when I got to Winnipeg, I felt like having Coach Young as my defensive line coach my first year here, he really kind of like put it all together for me. So like, you know, 2019, we had a good run stopping defense with, you know, me, Drake, Jake, and then Jackson. We had a good run stopping defense, and Craig wrote too. So we had a good run stopping defense with Biggs and Kyrie and all those guys in the back end too. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like 2019, that's when I had everything going together. You know, I was already rushing the passer, knocking down passes, getting tackles for loss in the backfield and the run game. Now is putting it all together. Like now I'm dropping, you know, getting interceptions and stuff like that, putting it all together. And that's the year I won Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So boom. So like now, since 2019, I've been just basically trying to make all that better, you know what I'm saying? Still getting off the ball, getting to the quarterback, still, you know, first down, trying to stop the run, trying to check out formations, you know, doing all this stuff, calling out formations and stuff, pre-snap, you know what I'm saying? Dropping, getting to the ball, you know, in coverage. All those things. And like, you know, every year since 2019, I've been, you know, just like still like in the Defensive Player of the Year category, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Conversation, but it's always been guys in this league that I love, you know what I'm saying? That I love to see play that just really go a little bit above and beyond. And like, I can't really say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why I didn't get it because, you know, what it was 2021, I think Biggs won it.
Yeah.
Right. Well deserved. You know, 2022, that's when Malden won it. You know, he got the sacks and stuff like that. Well deserved. You know, him and Lemon had a great year that year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
It was really up there. You know what I'm saying? Both of them boys had a great year. So it was really, you know what I'm saying, well deserved. And then last year, you know, Betts had a great year. You know, did his thing for, you know, the Canadian defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Well deserved, you know. So every year, you know, we just really just trying to outdo each other. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back to that top, trying to get back to that pinnacle of, you know, making plays and being that dog on the defensive side of the ball that'll get you at the end of the year, that DPOY. You know what I'm saying? So
see that right there. I like what you said right there about, you know, it's raising the bar. But for you, what is Willie Jefferson's standard? And do you feel like you have to raise your standard of play to keep up with, to either surpass or keep up with, to be in that conversation? Or just is it more about, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do, and as long as we win the Grey Cup, that's all that matters? The award is what it is, but the ultimate prize is, can I raise the standard and get us to the next Grey Cup?
Most definitely. You can't stay stagnant, you know, in this league, because, you know, every year it's going to be a new dude that's going to try to, you know, outdo what you did last year. As young guys trying to, like, looking up to you and want you to do something better. You always got to come back stronger. You always got to come back faster. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like the older guys, you got to come back smarter. You know, you got to start using like those vet moves, like those moves that the older guys showed you when they was, you know, older and stuff like that. Like I know for a fact I can't come in and be the same Willie J I was last year and expect to be in the Grey Cup again, you know, this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to come back a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter, you know, a little bit hungrier than I was last year to, you know, set the bar for the young guys that's coming in, or the, you know, the other guys, like the older guys, whoever come in that's going to be on the side of me, on the defensive line, or on the defense, period, or across from me. They have to match my intensity, and I'm not coming back the same as I was last year. I'm coming back way better, way stronger, way smarter. And that's, you know what I'm saying, for everybody around the league. You can't expect to be like, oh, I was an all-star last year. Whatever I did last year is going to get me an all-star again this year. No, it's new guys coming into this league every year that's, you know what I'm saying, that's hungry, that's wanting to get an opportunity to go from here to the league. You know, you can do that, and you can see that. There's plenty of guys from this league that came in here 1 year, made a name for themselves, did exactly what they needed to do, and then, you know, got the opportunity to be in the league. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Austin Mack. You know what I'm saying? Prime example. You feel me? He did what he had to do last year. You know what I'm saying? He had a good first season last year, came back, solidified his, you know, his name in the CFL for being a good receiver, made his plays, got his team to the Grey Cup, made his plays in the Grey Cup, and you know what I'm saying? He got his opportunity. And I hope he take the most of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like every other person that did it before him, and there's every other person that's gonna do it after him. Shout out Strell. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. So, little funny thing. So I've always said about you're like the Kevin Garnett of the CFL in my eyes. And to me, that's the highest standard of defensive player. Not just because y'all both tall and y'all both, you know, you got a wingspan of like 7'1", 7'3", but it's the energy, it's that tenacity, it's that love of the game that you show. Has that always been you, or is that something that it developed over time?
That's always been me, because Kevin Garnett has always been, you know what I'm saying, like somebody I look up to, just athletic wise, you know what I'm saying? Like just the mindset, like you said, just the mindset Kevin Garnett brought to the game, how he played the game, how, you know, talking trash, and then just, you know what I'm saying, just being a straight baller, you know, changed the way, you know what I'm saying, guys looked at him. And I love that for him, and I wanted that for me, and that's exactly the reason why I am today. You know what I'm saying? I take all that to heart, the way, you know what I'm saying, he, you know, bring himself to the game, you know what I'm saying, know the game, know the person he playing, and then how he play the game with, like you say, that tenacity, that want to, that drive, that energy. Like I'm trying to bring that every day. If it's at practice, that's me. If it's in a game, it's even more turned up.
See, I always try to, like, for people that haven't really gotten a chance to watch the CFL, I try to compare other athletes to the players. And I've always said, like I said, KG is one of them. Getting at firing out of your stance, I don't know if you remember this play, but I swear I saw you Euro step that Deontay Wilder, boom, boom, and then that right there, I was like, oh my God, dude is different. Dude is not normal. Who were some players growing up, or even players to this day, that you look to and you say you built your game around that?
Players that I model my game off of Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Cam Wade.
Oh, okay.
I like Max Crosby.
Okay.
I like homie from the Vikings.
Which one?
I like him. Yeah, and like, you know, just those guys, for sure Von Miller, because like when I was coming out of college, you know, him with his get off and his dip and stuff like that, like that's pretty much all I was really just trying to, like, to get off, for sure. But yeah, those are the guys that I really model my game off of. Odell, you know what I'm saying? Charleston, John Bowman.
Yeah.
You know, big bros, all them boys, man. Like it was a privilege to
Yes, sir.
see them boys work when they was in the league and doing their thing and stuff like that. And it was like, you know what I'm saying, just to get the opportunity to like know those boys and like them like know me and like take me under their wing and like just like accept me as a defensive end, pass rusher and stuff like that. Like that was cool for me. So yeah, those are all the guys that I look up to when it comes to like pass rush and stuff like that.
That D line, when you mentioned that, I didn't put two and two together, realize you and AC on the same line. Oh my God. I finally like reacted to his highlights and he scared me.
Yeah.
It's just
that.
He like I've seen a lot of football in my life, but it's something about AC. Maybe it's the water that's in Florida or something. But to know that you, him, Charleston, all them on one line, man, it's like how y'all not win that at that? But that's for another.
We didn't have no offense. We didn't.
Who was your QB then?
Yeah, Brandon Bridge at quarterback.
Say less. Say less. That's all you had to say. So taking it to you mentioned the 2023 season, man. You guys had to me, you guys were still the top dogs out the West, but there were moments, where, people like to sit there and say you guys kind of took the gas off in the second half, but you guys sure enough turned up in the playoffs against BC. I was lucky enough to be in the house for that one. How do you feel, excluding the Grey Cup and what happened? We all know what happened, but what did you take from the 2023 season, and what do you want to build off of that going to 2024?
What I took from the 2023 season from our team standpoint is like we had a great season. We really did. We grew as a team. We had injuries during the season, as every team does. We overcame that. We had adversity as every team does. 2023, we overcame that. We grew as a team on the practice field, off the practice field. A lot of guys got closer as teammates, as friends. A lot of guys grew as men. We got closer to, each other, like the coaches and things like that. We really had a great year. Like it was really a good year for the Blue Bombers. Like the fans were amazing, as always. Made a lot of plays, man. We really had fun, playing this year. It was a lot of achievements made this year from some guys. Happy for that. And then, it was fun. It was fun to go against. It was fun to go against, some teams that were evenly matched. You know what I'm saying? Like those BC games.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some fun games. Going against a great offense with a great defense, great special teams, great coaches, great atmospheres. You love that. Going to SAS and playing in there, and then knowing that we could win that game, but then losing that game late, right? That was tough. But bouncing back and then coming back the way we did at home in the Banjo Bowl, and just like silencing the noise and things like that. That was fun. That's something that you love to do in the CFL when you be a part of the CFL. Like when you play a couple of years in the CFL and you be on both sides of the rivalries, like some players get a chance to do. You get the opportunity to love the wins and the losses, regardless of what it is,
Right.
And then, to make it to the playoffs and to see BC play the way they played at home against Calgary, and then come to Winnipeg and play us, in a tough game, and then to see Montreal play against, Hamilton, beat them at home, and then go to Toronto and beat them the way they did. Like 2023 ended. 2023 as a year was a great year. It didn't end the way we wanted it to end. It is what it is, but it was a great year. We built as a team, like I said, made some plays, lost some games, won a bunch of games, had some fun with everything. Like I said, we're ready to do it again in 24.
To go on the run that you guys have gone on, 4 straight Grey Cups, should have been 5 due to COVID, the shutdown that year in 2020. Do you ever take a second just to think, wow, we on a run, like 4 years, or you just, it's not enough, or you just, it's over now, we keep it pushing?
Nah, it's not even that. Like you can look at it like, yeah, like we on a run. We've been on a run, but it's like, let's keep going. Like, we don't need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We just need to keep going. We just need to keep our head down and keep making plays, keep winning games, keep winning these playoff games, keep making it to the Grey Cup, keep trying to stack these rings up, trying to stack these trophies up and all that. Like when it's done, that's when I feel like we could talk about, sit back and be like, yeah, we went on the run, we did all that and did this. Right now, we still running. We still trying to put stuff up. We get better. We still trying to, step over, step over hurdles and, still be great. You know what I'm saying? We trying to turn into legends type stuff.
Do you guys ever listen to the noise on the outside? I know you guys heard it all through the Grey Cup. Can they be called a dynasty if they win? Or do you not listen to that shit?
Nah, I don't listen to it. I hear it, but you know what I'm saying? I don't listen to it. Like I said, man, we got every year there's one goal, it's one end goal in mind. It's the Grey Cup. Like once you make it to the Grey Cup, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to win it. We trying to put everything on the line and win it. But until then, we trying to go 1-0 every week. Like, you know what I'm saying? We not trying to go undefeated, you know what I'm saying? Like that's great and everything, but you know what I'm saying, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a team come with their A game and you don't bring your A game, you can lose.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm saying, especially in the CFL, you already know how quick a game can change in the CFL. So
yeah.
It's that, so we at the beginning of the training camp, that's the goal that we set for ourselves as a team. We want to make it to the Grey Cup. We want to go to the Grey Cup. We want to win the Grey Cup. Once we, you know what I'm saying, take care of everything week in, week out during the season, and at the end of the year, those wins add up and get us to the Grey Cup. You know what I'm saying? It's a great year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And even like when I first came around, when me and you first started like chopping it up, whatever, I said in a video, man, it's the culture. It's something about that culture that Coach O'Shea has and what the organization has built has helped you guys sustain this longevity. Because not a lot of teams, as in the CFL, a lot of teams win one, but they don't stick together like that. And I commend y'all for the Hall of Fame level talent that y'all have, offensively, defensively. That's amazing. That what y'all got is amazing, man. So hats off to y'all, man. And obviously you, man, you set the tone. You set the tone.
Hey, man, we want to shout out Wade Miller, Coach O'Shea, Kyle, Matt, and Darren, man. Like those guys in the front office that make all that stuff happen, man. That's them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like all we do as players is, set the culture. Those guys, they bring in good guys that we can help, grow into men and stuff like that and turn into like great fathers, great, athletes on the field, great husbands and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Those are some great guys as well. Hey. Front office.
Hey man, it's a fraternity from what I see. I have Eric Lofton. I had him on and he was there with y'all. And he talked about that O-line room. Y'all, they were the cohesive unit. And you mentioning that, making y'all men, that says a lot. I mean, a lot of teams, they just get you, and once you're gone, you're just a number to them. I can see that you guys take serious, like, hey, we're gonna work out together, we're gonna eat together, it's a family. Teams say that all the time. You've heard it, but they don't represent it. It's obvious you guys take the time to do the little things. And I admire that, I respect that, and I hope to see y'all keep it going and keep being a competitive team in the West, man. So I'm going to end this one. As much as I hate to do it, we got to get to the end of the road. No boys to men type shit. I got 5 questions for the great Willie J, man. You ready?
It's a great number.
I didn't even think about
Let's
that.
do it.
All right. First question. Favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal would have to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Frosted Flakes. That's just me.
Thank you.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Frosted Flakes. I'm a real simple guy. If I can get me some nice lactose-free 2% milk with some Frosted Flakes in a big bowl with a big spoon, I'm good.
You a big ass kid like me, man. We got a little too much in common right now.
I am good. But if you ain't got Frosted Flakes, I'll tag your Cinnamon Toast Crunch up too.
Okay. You know they say like how Frosted Flakes, you got to eat it fast. You eat it fast.
Like, I don't mind my Frosted Flakes a little soggy. That's me. I don't mind it, but I eat the Frosted Flakes up because I want the crunch.
There you go. I ain't mad at that. All right. What's bumping in Willie J's trunk, man? What you playing? Who you listen to? And because I like to sit there privately and say, you know, you the Teddy Pendergrass of the CFL as well. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, so I do collect vinyls, like, you know, records and stuff like that. But, you know, so what I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to Gunna, listening to Future, listening to Big X the Plug out of Texas.
Yeah.
Who else? We listening to I'm listening to a lot of kids bop for my girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting into that a little bit, you know, listening to a little country every now and then, trying to keep my roots grounded back at the crib. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to.
What vinyls you got? Is it old school or is it just, you know?
So I got a little bit of both. So for Christmas, of my Christmas gift, my Secret Santa got me a Future vinyl and then a Jasmine Sullivan vinyl. You know, Hotels and the Future. I got the new Future one. The
Never Liked You Anyway.
Yeah, Never Liked You Anyway. I got those two, but then my latest two old schools, I got James Brown and then I got a Aretha Franklin.
Oh, okay. Aretha,
yeah.
All right. What's your favorite song off of the Future album?
Don't Get Too Comfortable.
All right. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that.
One.
Full banger of an album, man. If you can't go wrong with Future, I'm a Future guy my damn self. All right. Number 3. Who's the toughest offensive lineman you've gone against? Who gave you the most problems? Or was just fun competition?
Outside of Yosh and Stan. I like Broxton from BC.
Shout
big body. Big body. Who else? I like homie from Ivy from Edmonton. I like him. And who else? I'll give Van Zyl his card. Van Zyl and Fid.
Yeah.
Always like going against them. You know what I'm saying? They some of the older dudes in the league, but still making the shape. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, the young guys, I like Ivy, I like Broxton. Okay.
All right. Number 4. You made the move full time to Winnipeg. That's correct, right?
Oh.
What is it like living in Winnipeg full time? And you do a lot, you and your lovely wife, you guys do a lot of great things in the community. What do you have going on? Anything you want to plug or tell everybody, hey, check this out. This is what we got going on, man. Talk about what you do in the community in Winnipeg.
Oh, so what we doing? So we in Winnipeg. My wife is the host for the women's club for the Blue Bombers. So if you would like to, if you are a Blue Bombers fan, you are a woman, and you do like to do events and stuff like that throughout the year, not just during the football season, but throughout the year. You can go on the Winnipeg women's page for the women's club. I think they have an Instagram, but if not, you can go to the main web page and do all that signing up and stuff and become a part of the women's club. It's a lot of events, a lot of fun stuff. That's with my wife. She was involved in Make-A-Wish. Last year, she raised $10,000 to help grant a kid a wish with Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's doing it again this year, but last year was a great opportunity. So again, if you're a part of the women's club, you can also always help with the Make-A-Wish stuff. And then what else am I doing? I am with Recruit Ready doing defensive line work throughout the week with those guys, just helping, you know, my boy Dembski, because he does Recruit Ready. Biggie does Recruit Ready with the guys doing 7-on-7 and stuff like that, helping the younger guys get exposure through 7-on-7 to get, you know, college offers.
Yeah.
Things like that. So then, like, we got a lot of guys in the last couple of years to actually go to school and get some opportunities to play, you know, in the States. So, you know, shout out Recruit Ready. We're doing that. Also doing Manitoba Select. That's full padded football for guys that's, you know, not doing the 7-on-7 stuff. They also do, like, you know, full padded stuff. That's Manitoba Select. They travel across Canada, you know, go to the States and stuff like that and do football. Other than that, what else we doing? Got the Twitch going, you know, on the game, on my free time, we do that. Other than that, just taking care of the fam and doing appearances for the team. If not for the team, you know, just out and about with the family, you know, seeing fans in the community, saying hi, taking pictures, signing autographs and stuff like that, the regular. So, yeah.
Love it. I love hearing that, man. And lastly, this is the last one, and we're going to get up out of here. When it's all said and done, what's the one thing you want people to say about Willie Jefferson and his career?
That I was a phenom, that I was a born legend. That, you know, I took every year, every play for what it was worth. And I, you know what I'm saying? And I just want people, like, not to necessarily say they love me, because I know, you know what I'm saying, like, the genuine person that I am, you know, people genuinely gonna love me, but that's all I really want people to say, that I was a good dude. Like, people that know me, that play with me, teammates of mine, things like that, I always tell them, like, you know, at the end of the day, all I really want, like, you can say whatever you want to say about me, but, like, you know what I'm saying, like, if somebody bring my name up, I just want you to say, you know what I'm saying, Willie J was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he, you know what I'm saying, he showed me love, you know what I'm saying, he took care of me, he helped me when I needed it, you know what I'm saying, he was somebody to talk to, like, all that good stuff. I just don't ever want anybody to say, you know, nothing bad about me, because I'll never want to leave a bad taste in anybody's mouth when it comes to me.
Hey, I ain't got nothing negative to say about you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you before we get out of here, I appreciate everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you've done when it comes to what I do, and you ain't have to make time for a young brother like me, man. And it means the world to me that you rock with what I do. You know, obviously I rock with what you do, man. You one of the best in the business. You my favorite player. Everybody know that. I'm unapologetic about it. But hey, appreciate you. It's all love, man. And thank you so much for taking the time out your busy day to come on, dog. And you know where you stand with me, dog.
That's a bet, man. It's a blessing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep having fun. And don't let nobody change who you are, man. Keep being you.
Hey, it's all we can never do in this world, brother. So that's gonna be it, y'all. We got Big Five on here, man. Thank you, Willie. And there's been another episode of Deep in the Game. We might be deep in this game, but you got the rules missing. I'll see you on the next video, y'all. On the next episode of Deep in the Game. Why did you leave BC? What happened?
The man's in the house. So crazy. The man's in the house. I'ma tell you the truth. The man's in the house. So crazy. The man's in the house.